Hey guys, what's up? It's Sunday Night Notions back with another video. It's pretty shocking, huh? I was able to actually come back on something that I started, so that's always neat, kind of cool to have. So I've got a couple of different things I just want to talk about, get off my mind, maybe understand more by saying them aloud tonight, but yeah, I'll just get right into it. So the first one kind of has to do with the highs and lows of life, specifically emotionally. I think almost everybody's going to have times in which maybe they feel as though everything's going for them. They're having good luck, so to say. And things are going their way, whether it be financially, get a new job, or maybe new relationship, find someone you really like, or maybe all those things together. And you feel like everything's pointing in your direction. It's going well. But on the flip side, there's situations that I'm kind of going through one right now, but I've definitely went through in the past where you feel like nothing's going your way. You're having bad luck. Maybe these relationships are falling apart, which is kind of something I discussed in my last video. Or maybe you're not doing well financially, or maybe you just don't know what you're doing with your life, or something went wrong, etc. But what I want to talk about with these, because I think they're inevitable to happen to almost everybody, everybody, is that how should you treat these polarizing situations or areas of your life emotionally? And what I mean by that is, should you allow yourself to get into these ruts of sadness and depression, and also let yourself soar to these heights with ego and pride and feel like you're on top of the world? I think I've come to a realization that these highs and lows of life equally are horrible for you. And I just believe this because if you let yourself get swayed into such positions, I think you're going to be convinced by spontaneous life events that things are going in your direction or not, and that's going to have an effect on your emotional depth, really. So let's say you get hired at whatever your dream company, and on a good salary. Maybe that one motion can send you to this high, and through that swing of emotions, the same thing could go for if you were fired 2 weeks later. You're going to seep into this depression. And I think on the other side of the coin, the one that is arguably better, at least in my eyes, is, let's say you get hired at this firm or whatever. I think it's important for us to at least attempt to stay level-headed in such a scenario and not let yourself go find these highs, Maybe think about the long-term future. Be like, what's really the benefit of being hired at this company if I can't perform at a higher level? If it isn't the right job for me? These sound like worries, but I think it's just realism, and I think that's how you keep yourself grounded. Obviously, you can go out or celebrate, talk to your family about it, but don't let your own mental, emotional grounding get elevated to such a point where you're vulnerable to events impacting your mental health and emotionality, because the same thing could go negatively. So, yeah, that's kind of a spiel about, some of that stuff. I really find that meaningful because I've let myself, over the past, decade almost, think about these life events and even minor things like sports, like, oh my God, I can't score a goal or something. It's like, nothing's going my way, and then I seep into this rut. Or it's like, I don't know, you score a lot of goals and the opposite happens. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm the best ever. I think what's better than that is just to stay in the middle, keep a level head. And this goes for all aspects of life, I think. Kind of a big take, big broad take that I can't really back up too much. But yeah, there was one other thing I did want to talk about. Maybe I'll save it for another video. Yeah, I will. It's been long enough. Well, I'm just going to end it there, guys. I got something else I'm going to talk about probably right now, actually, and post it sometime else. But let me know if you have any thoughts on that, or if you've kind of seen yourself in either of those situations. I would call it emotional polarization. And I think it's not good for you. Maybe not good for me, and better for others, but, that's my stance. See you guys.